Welcome. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Oh, I just closed my monitor. Just made a little mistake. I'm sorry. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So my monitor should be there running in case this. My light is a little bit down, I think, in it. Yeah. It should be a little bit brighter, I believe. Yeah, there you go. A little bit more light. There it is. Yeah. I think a little bit more light is due. Yeah. If you're going to see my ugly mug, you're going to see it in HD. There you go. All right, well. There you go. Yeah, let me put this down here, and there you go. Yeah, there we are. We're adjusting things in the run. Yeah, on the run. I know. Just doing everything on the go. I know. Don't mock me so much. All right. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. However many you are, I think you are like 3 people, and that's okay. Thank you so much. We're streaming both on YouTube and on Twitch, so very happy to be here. And yeah, mostly because it's been rough. It's been rough. I've been doing some adjustments to the type system, mostly on the array side, making sure that some stuff is future-proof, because I realized that if I wanted to make one single change, I could end up breaking many projects, or I would end up like having this sort of, I think, technical debt in many places. So I had to do this one change that entailed mostly going through a lot of places and making sure that everything works. It made me realize that yeah, it was important to set that up straight up. Just set it up straight ahead, make sure it worked fine from the beginning, because otherwise it was going to be a mess in the long run to set up and make sure it worked. So yeah, I'm happy I set it up now, and that we have a pretty good system now that we can be proud of. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. Let's get to it. Let's just go in and let's just do what we came here to do, which is we're going to finish the game. We're going to finish the game today. We're going to do some, or at least we're going to try and finish it today. Yeah, so let's get to it. All right. So yeah, leave a like, help me out there with the subscribe and all that. And yeah, just a second. Let me close everything up. Let me make sure that we have full RAM. We have the whole system for us. And yeah, there it is. Let me close this down here. There you go. We have this. And here we go. Yeah, here we are. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I was about to close something I shouldn't have closed. Here we are. There you go. Here we are. Okay, so we have our little game that we're making here. Remember that we had these cars that move around, and we have the audio. I don't think, can you hear the audio? Oh, yeah. So yeah, we die. The audio keeps going because we haven't stopped it yet. We need a way to kind of set up that stop the audio thing. And what we're doing basically is we're translating everything we have in code into the no-code system to make sure we have everything we need. And yeah, so right now is basically just filling up all of the missing actions and things that are like basic, right? Like basics for this stuff to function. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make, I think, a stellar no-code system. I think that's the right approach. That's the right thing to do. So let's do this. Let's go for it. Okay, so we have all our bricks here. I've been doing changes, yeah, to the basically imply that I had to come back here and do changes to the way the array types are handled, because now the array types have a subtype, because some types, for instance, a value type can be a component, for instance, right? So you can have a type array, and it can be a value type of component, so it's an array of component, right? but it could be a type array of a rapier body, for instance, right? And that's a registered component within our system. Now, what happens when that component is not something that we have registered other than as a component? Then it detects it. It knows right now. It used to know this is okay. This is an unknown type, so it's probably a component. It assumed it's a component. But then I realized, well, we are planning on having custom objects, right? And what if, and I was thinking of lights, and I was thinking of meshes and things like that we already have, like cameras. And we already have some things that work with cameras, but they work with them as object 3Ds. They don't work with them as cameras. So should we actually treat these things as actual cameras and lights? And so in order to open the door for these things and not, just put a nail on the coffin to this idea from the ground up, it was important to sort of have a separation there, to say, okay, these are all components, and let's separate them and say, okay, if an array is of type component, right? So it should have a subtype. So now value type has a type and another value type. So it has if the array, right, it's a component, right? It's a component array. Then what it will do is it will come down here and say, okay, value type. It will be that it will have either a simple string, right, which would be, say, an array of component, which would be any component, or it could be an object, an actual object that says, okay, you have a type and a value type. So it could be component, rapier body, or it could be an object 3D camera, right? So now we open the door to having many different subtypes, basically. And I did that change in other places, but I remembered that the array was not supporting this specific kind of notation, because it required adapting the current typing system. So now, we have this serialization of type system, and it worked well. I think it'll work fine. I think you can notice it better in the array add. I think it's, in any of them, right? In the array add, I think it's the easiest one to see, where we have the parent, right? We're taking the first parameter, right? Parameter in 0, which is the first parameter that we're using, right? And what we do is we take that first parameter, we check if it's a field. And if it's a field, we get that field from our selected component, from a selected component that we're viewing right now. And basically it says, well, if we can't find that field, it returns any. And so it's just an any type like this, right? It's just this. And if we can find the field and it has a value type, right? If our field has, because if the value type is inexistent, it'll just have an any type. But if it has a value type, we check. If it's a string, then what we want to do is we want to make sure that the field just returns the type, in this format, right? So type and the string, right? This is the format in which we return the inferred types, right? This is how we infer the value, the next value, right? So what are we adding to the array? We're adding something of the same type of the array. So we take the type of the first parameter, right? So the first parameter, we have an array of rapier bodies. We should only allow the second parameter, say, to add only an element that has a rapier body type, right? So that's the whole point. So if it has a rapier body type, this won't be a string, right? This won't be type string. It will be a type object. So we come here and say, well, return the whole thing, because this will be an object. This will have a type of component and a value type of rapier body, right? That's the only thing that it should allow. And that is something that would be, here we're just filtering. We're saying, okay, which type should this second parameter have? What we're doing really is in the search, then it's the search algorithm that simply says, okay, this is a type rapier body, right? It's a component rapier body. Let's only show you the fields and the variables and the things that are of a rapier body or a component or base component type as well. It'll show you anything that is below a rapier body, right? So if it's if there's a rapier something, or there's for instance object the base component, it will show you that. Yeah, that's basically what we have here, right? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this solution because I think it will solve a lot of issues, but it took a while because it implied many changes everywhere. So some things may be broken. I know one thing is broken, which is just the notation of the, but just graphical. It's just how it shows returning an array, but we're not doing that many places. So like array variables are not I don't have a right notation. So yeah, but that doesn't matter really. I don't really care about that too much. I'm not too. But yeah, okay. Let's go for it. Okay, so let's see what we need to translate today. Okay, so we have, what do we have here already done? Okay, let's just see the things that we already have. Okay, okay, yeah. So last time we had done the VC scroller controller here, right? And we had our obstacle, which, okay, I took the time to, yeah, I basically emptied the obstacle. We had everything in obstacle, and I moved, well, I didn't move anything yet, but let's just see, what do we need? The VC obstacle, and we have VC vehicle. Yeah, so we have VC vehicle. Let's just close this one down for a minute. And what we'll do is we have the VC obstacle, the VC vehicle, and the obstacle will be added to every component that is an obstacle, to every object that is an obstacle. And this is the main thing that we'll have to sort of set the speed and every main thing. And then it's from here, it's from the VC vehicle, which is where I put the collision detection that we had on the obstacle. I brought it down here, and it's just the same thing. I just copy pasted it. And yeah, and all the variables we had in the obstacle, now we have them here in the vehicle, because these are pertain to the vehicle, right? So you have the we have some graphical issues on where, what's going on there? I think it's just my video that is just yeah, sometimes Chromium does these things with me. I don't know why, when I'm using this OBS or something. I don't know why. It's like some borders and some stuff so showing like, and I don't know why, but yeah, yeah, you can see that we have all our fields that are going to be to change the lanes and decide when to change the lane, how to do that. We could add that actually as a second component, like a secondary component. We're just gonna add everything here, we don't care. But the most important part of this is the onCollision start thing, which is if we're colliding with an obstacle, right, we just want to match the speed of that obstacle. So whatever thing we collide with, say if we collide with anything, even if it's just something that's just standing there, we're just going to match the speed of this, of the slowest speed of them all. So that's what we're going to do. We need to pass these vehicle obstacle. We'll need to replace everything, all the vehicle components and the obstacle for components from all the different objects in the scene, and we'll need to translate. We'll still need to bring here the change lane functionality. We'll probably bring this in last, because the first thing we want to do is we want to first and foremost is to have the whole game working, I believe. So we need to, let's come down here. Well, we don't need to come down there. We have this thing now. So yeah, I added the procedural controller. I added everything that we needed, right? All the components that we're gonna need. I didn't just work on them yet. This is just me trying the array. It's using this to test. That's what I did. So yeah, we don't need this. We don't need this. Well, yeah, just to show you what I meant here, right? So this is to add the array, right? So what I meant today when I was talking about the types and the inference, right? This is a rapier body, right? So field 1 is an array of rapier bodies. So this one should only show you Like the first one is a field with any, so it will show you that one as an option. And the last one is a rapey body field. And since field 1 is a rapey body array, it should show you that. It should allow you to add the rapey body to the rapey body array. You know, so add field 3 to field 1. Basically, that's what it's doing, right? The array, the element. As you see when you hover there, it just shows you what it is. Yeah, that's basically what we're doing. I need to change also the notation there, right? Because the tooltip, it should change the type when we do the inference, because this is just the inference, right? Here you see the correct type. It knows it's the correct type, but the inference doesn't really know. It's like, sorry, the tooltip is just using the config value, which is any, right? Because we know it's any because we still don't know what type it is. So when we don't know the type and we haven't done the inference yet, because we don't have like the first value, this is any. Yeah, so that's basically what we're doing. So yeah, but let's remove this. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. And we also certainly don't need this yet. So what do we need? I'll save this. We can press Ctrl S, but I don't know why I don't do it. I just got so used to pressing save there, to pressing the little they call it the oh my god, the floppy disk. Yeah, I keep calling it diskette. I keep thinking of the word diskette, but I don't know, because we call it that in Spanish. Do you call that? Do you call it diskette in English as well? I don't know. As I used to call it in Spanish. Yeah. So yeah, if you're there watching, leave a like, help me out. Yeah, don't be like this bot bothering us, you know, like cheap viewers. Who cares about this stupid bot? Come on, get out, get out, get out. Bots. All right. Yeah, leave a like, subscribe, all that. Help me out. It really helps, truly helps. Like, you know, nobody knows about this stupid stream other than you and a few other people. So yeah, if you don't, you know, help me out with that, nobody will find out. Nobody will see this beard idiot here streaming. All right, so okay, let's do this. So we need to translate everything we have right now. We know we have this component here. This is the core and most important bit that we need to translate. We have added our new visual component procedural scroller, and we need to turn this one into this one, right? So we need to bring everything we have here into this one here. It's going to be a mess, but I think we're going to be able to make it easily. Well, I don't know if easily is the word, but it should be fairly easy. I know we decided that some things were definitely going to change. Here's the original one. Let's see how we can get started. Okay, so yeah, let's start with the obvious. Sorry, let's go there and here. Yeah, so we have both there more or less set up. We know we have the game state, right? So we know we have a game state, and game state is kind of there. It's not even being required. It's not being inspected or anything. It's just a regular field. You see, we have no inspectors there, no decorators. So yeah, it's just a regular field. What we do have here is tile amount, distance, tile distance, tile starter, swap distance. Okay, so we have all the tile system, right? And then the UI elements. Okay, so let's begin with yeah, let's begin adding all our variables, all the little fields that we need. So we need a tile amount, tile distance. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's start with the first 8. Let's add them all. Okay, so let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just add them all. So they are all of them, but this one's prefab list, and prefab. So this is an array of prefab, and this one is this was a prefab, and this one's a number. This one's a number. This one's a number as well. This one's a number, number, and number. Right, so these are all numbers. And what are the names? Let's just rename them. Let's just name them the tile amount. And then we have tile distance. Then we have tile start at. So this is the place where the tiles will start. Like in this case, we'll just is the offset. It's basically the offset, right? Where are they starting at from? We're saying -10 because -10 on the Z axis, so they start like far behind. No, sorry, it would be forward, right? So they're starting there, right? They're starting forward, and then they come to us, right? Because remember that we're just standing there, like the car's just standing there, and the tiles are coming towards the car. So we're never moving from point 0, 0, 0, right? We're always there. Well, 0. I guess it's X, right? So whatever variable for X we have with limited width there, depending on the size of the road. And yeah, but basically it's just the screen, and then yeah, we're just moving. The Z is not moving at all, the Y is not moving at all, but the tiles are moving towards us, and that gives us the impression of movement. It's not really moving, but yeah, we are not moving, but it looks like we're moving because everything's moving around us. So that's how it looks like. Okay, let's do tile speed, tile start at, tile speed. Then we do swap distance, obstacles per tile. Say I have obstacles per tile. So yeah, this is the tile speed, the speed in which the tiles move. And then the swap distance, this is the distance at which we start swapping them, because we are also reusing the tiles, right? We bring the tile from behind, we bring it forward, and that's what we do basically. And we have the obstacles per tile, basically how many obstacles do we want to have per each one of the tiles. So each tile has a certain amount of spots to use to spawn obstacles. So we can decide how many do we want to use per each one of these tiles. So we decide, okay, we want to limit them, but say, okay, we want for I think there's 6, and we're using 3, basically, right? Because we don't want to fill up the 6 spaces, right? So randomly selects this, helps us tell, this tells the system how many spots to randomly select for to as the spots to instantiate things, yeah, basically. So we have the obstacles per tile, and then we have this one's called tiles. This is where we have the tiles are we going to use, and we may not need this. We may really not need this. I don't know. We'll see. Player prefab, yeah, that's okay. Player prefab. We may need this one. I don't know. We may just change that, not have that, and yeah, let's just start with these, and we can continue later with everything else. Let's make sure the game works. Or no, let's just add all the fields. Okay, let's just do things right and add all the fields. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is would be HTML UI, right? So I think are they all HTML UI, or one of them? I think some of them are texts. Final buttons, final score. I think score is text. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Start game UI. So this one is HTML UI. I think this is just an HTML UI, regular HTML UI. Then we have HTML UI, yeah, another HTML UI. Yeah, it's in-game UI, game over UI. So the only ones that are not are these 2, basically. Yeah, okay. So let's just add them. HTML UI. HTML UI. I think no. This one's a text. Yeah, this one's a score, which is text, HTML text. I don't know if it supports having an actual text or if we will need to use it as a regular HTML UI. We'll see. HTML UI restart button. So we have HTML UI. That's just regular HTML UI. Yeah. So this would be start game UI, in game UI, the game over UI, and score UI, the final score UI, and then this is our restart button. There you go. We'll put everything there, and what we'll do is these inspectors are basically these decorators are telling us to inspect it, right? So all of these that have decorators, we'll need to inspect them. All of these ones here, we have booster one. I forgot about the booster. All right, so we need to inspect the booster. Yeah, we'll add it somewhere that doesn't bother too much. Like we'll just put it here, perhaps. Yeah, and we'll just call it number and call it booster. Yeah, booster. There you go. And booster says 1, so it's like it's not affecting the speed rise by 1, so it's a multiplier. Yeah, this one will change to ready. Okay, we will not want it to be like it's just started. The default value for this one we've set to 10 there, so we just use 10. I like using 10 regularly apparently for everything. So yeah, just use 10 or 5 or minus 10 or 10 or I don't know. Swap distance was minus 40. So then we have, that was just trial and error. We just realized that was the amount that we needed. So yeah, that's okay, right? And yeah, and we need to inspect this, all of these, right? Yeah, we need to inspect them all. So let's just select inspect, 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 inspect. The only one we need, no, not this one. We don't need to inspect this one. Yeah, the game state was one of the ones that we didn't need to inspect. Oh no, not require, inspect. Inspect, yeah, this one's the components. It will let you require them, which means that you can get them from the same object that has this component. You can get it like a sibling component. You can require it directly, or you can also it also lets you require it from an ancestor. So this is require it. It can be from the same object or an ancestor. So we'll get the first one if you select here, right? So if it has it in an ancestor, it will go to the ancestor, right? But if it has it right there, it'll just pick the first one, the most readily available. Yeah, inspect. All right, and yeah, we'll figure out these ones as we need them. But for now, I think this is okay. We'll need more. Definitely, we'll need more. Yeah, I think we're fine for now. So yeah, let's decide now what we want to do, because there's some things here that yeah, we've set these things up like this, setting the style. I don't know why I did this, but probably we didn't need to. Yeah, sorry, probably we had the need to do this for some reason, but yeah, we shouldn't need to do this. So we'll see how we can, because we don't have an action to do this. So yeah, we'll need to figure that out. Probably we can just put in a random component and figure that out. But yeah, we'll see. Because we need to, this is a very specific thing. Like, how do we tell an action to do this? How we create an action that just let someone create a block to inherit the height and set the height of the UI container? I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, let's just leave it like that for now. And yeah, we may have some issues there at the beginning, but we'll see. We may let the HTML UI components handle that. I think that will be like more appropriate. I don't know yet though. We'll see. So okay, we have the game start game UI. We need to display the start game UI. So that's the first thing we do. So the game starts. So what we do, we show the game start UI, right? So HTML display, and we say game start UI. So it'll be the start game UI. That's how it's called, right? It'll be start game UI display. It'll be true, right? So we display it. You see, it shows you a yellow thing. It's because it needs to be. It says you need to add something here, otherwise it's just gonna error. So just select something. It's like a warning, just add something there. And yeah, let's keep saving this thing. And then we have what else do we need? Yeah, now we're gonna call a method called generate tiles. This is how we generate our tiles and all that. And then we have this restart button. We're setting the on pointer up. So yeah, we're setting the event for our button there. Fantastic, because we need to set that up like an event for a button. We need to do that. So an event for an HTML element when you do pointer up. I think we have that. Let's see if we have it. HTML, yeah, HTML on pointer up. We have that. Look at that. Yeah, we added that previously. So brilliant. So we're setting that up now. And what we're saying is that we want to display in there. Sorry, no, here we have to select first which one, right? So it's the restart button, right? And what we want to do is we want to HTML display the game over UI. Okay, we have a problem. What's wrong? Oh, we have an error here. What's going on? Oh my God, I don't need this right now. Come on. Yeah, we have an error. We have a problem. What's the error here? What's the problem? Reading for each for this. What do you mean? Can't read the... Oh, fucking hell. Okay, let me fix this thing. Yeah, because it doesn't have any block params and doesn't have a block. Oh, it's not defined the block params because I changed that shit. Yeah, okay, yeah, just wait a second here. Yeah, let's do this. I think we can fix that easily by simply changing the brick, how the brick is defined, because the problem is the brick there. Should we require the bricks that don't have it's the HTML UI. Yeah, should we require these bricks to have... Here's the bricks that we have defined. So on pointer up, it's an event, right? It's correct that it's an event, but it doesn't have a block params thing, right? It should have like this. Probably if it just has this, it will not complain, because it just means that, okay, it's not defined. But it's, yeah, I should probably just add a question mark there to say, okay, if it doesn't have it, don't complain, please. Don't bother me with this shit. So yeah, now it just works. You see, it's this stupid thing, because regularly if you have like something that like on pointer up and it shows you like some kind of event, it will show you variables here like it does with the other ones, like here and on collision start, it shows you all the different variables that it's passing for you. But in this case, it's just an event and on pointer up. Oh, we could say like which pointer, right? Which click. We could send some things there, but we don't need that now. Like, not right now. Let's add that later. Like for instance, for key down, all that, like having the key code, button number, things like that, we should add here, like button number, or like a touch number or something like that. We should probably have one of those. I don't know. Right now, it's not a problem. We could actually just create a on touch or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's unnecessary. It's a Yakni. Right now, it's in the Yakni mode right now. Let's see. So yeah, what were we doing? We needed to set which one? Let's go back to procedural scroll controller. There you go. So we need to display game over UI. Yeah, game over UI. we need to say that it's false, so we don't display the game over here. We remove it, right? And we call in the start game method. Yeah, so we'll do that later because we don't have those methods defined yet. So we're going to define them now. But yeah, we should probably create those methods, like those two methods. Let's just start with that. Okay, so let's just create these two methods. Okay, so first method that we'll create is the generate tiles. Okay, and the second one will be start game. Should probably do the other way around, right? Yeah, let's just call this one start game, so we have like in order, right? We can't reorder them yet, so just do it like this. The generate tiles. Yeah, let's do this. So yeah, let's do it this way. So what we'll do is we simply call the methods. Okay, down here we're defining, we're saying display this, and we'll say call method, and it will be, I like run method more. I'll probably change that to run methods. I'll probably just add one that's called run method and go with that one for the general public. Probably it's the same, right? It's just a stupid thing, but I think I like run method way more than call method. We're not calling it, we're running it. It's like calling it. It's just I don't know. Doesn't appeal. I don't think it appeals to general public to call it run, to call it like this is not for coders, right? This is for regular people, right? Like a designer called run this method, run this function. So yeah, we'll just call here, this is generate tiles, and down here we'll call the call method, and we'll call the start game. There you go. So it's the same thing, you see, same stuff we have there, right? But we're doing it, you know, it's just giving us the options. It's just giving us all the options, making it easy for us. Yeah, there you go. So we're saving this, and what else are we doing here? We have an update. Yeah, we need to do the update. We need to, we have a cleanup, generate tiles, stop moving, move tiles. We have a bunch of methods here. We really need to do some work here. We have a work cut out for us here. We're gonna need some time for this. We have some people here. We have productivity. How's it going, mates? Thanks for joining. And how have I never heard of these? Rogue Engine looks incredible. Wait, are you working on Rogue Engine or using Rogue Engine? I am That's a great question. I am working on Rogue Engine as I use it. So I'm using Rogue Engine and working on it at the same time. So we're basically here just building the engine with the engine. That's what we're doing. We're building the engine with the engine. Yeah, that's what we're doing, right? It's pretty. I don't know how to call it, mate. Oh, we have a bunch of people on Twitch. What happened there? We have a bunch of people on Twitch. I know. It's suddenly we have 5 people on Twitch. It's like nobody's there ever on Twitch. Other than Friendmaster. Friendmaster, how's it going, mate? Thanks for joining. Friendmaster 2000. I've been using it for a short time. It's pretty incredible based on Three.js. Thanks, mate. Thanks for joining us again. Being here again. You know, if it's not you and maybe one other person on Twitch, I don't think we have. How many people we have on Twitch? Usually it's like 1 or 2. Maybe 3. Usually 5 is a lot. So thanks for joining there. And also, like there is there's a bunch of people there in on YouTube. There's like 2 people. It's two persons. I just want to hope these are people, because they don't write down on the chat. So you know, if you say hello in the chat or something, tell me I'm not a bot, so that I know you're not. Yeah, you're real. Yeah, I don't know. That the other one, I know one of them may be my monitor, so we don't know. Yeah, thanks for joining, mates. Yeah, let's go for this. So what else are we doing here now? Let's come back here and yeah, we're basically now just to show you what we're doing. We're turning like all of our, we're making a visual component system, so a visual coding system. So what we're trying to do is translate all of our code into this new visual coding system for all the folks that don't know how to code. And yeah, so here we have the same component. This is the visual component one, the visual one that we've just been creating. These are all the fields that we just inspected here, right? So you can see them all here, and you can see here the original one. Yeah, this is basically what we've been doing. Oh, I forgot one of these. The default value. I just realized I didn't add the correct value there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we just need to change that. I thought I'd done it. I didn't do it. What have I done there? Yeah, it's just 10. And this one is tile speed 10. And I thought I'd add the -40 here. What did I do there that I didn't save it? Perhaps I didn't save it, I don't know. Yeah, I probably didn't save it. It just went back and didn't save it. Yeah, probably what I did. Very much something I would do. So yeah, now we need to set it here anyway. So it's just obstacle per tile. We had actually set it up to 2. Swap distance. We had actually, oh, look at that. We actually set it to -70. See in this component here. Tile speed 22. Look at that. And 10 here for tile distance. So 10, 10, -10, 22, 7, -72. And the booster here is 1, 1.2. We say, okay, look at that. We have the booster down here and our booster here. Yeah, we just changed the position. Yeah, we'll need to set up all of our components here as well. Player prefabs here, all of our UI stuff. We'll yeah, we'll make sure that this thing works. Productivity says similar to UE blueprints. Yeah, more like well, like Friendmaster said, I would say blueprints are more similar to a rogue engine prefab. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I would say yeah, the blueprints are more like a node thing, right? This is more like a block thing. It's more Scratch-like than a node-like. The reason to go in this direction instead of the node direction is that I find that every time I try to use one of these node systems, they tend to be they end up being unmanageable. Like, it's really hard to know where to start reading them, and they're really hard to maintain. They look like a massive circuit. Then you need to have documentation just to look at it. It's really weird, and it's very it disconnects too much from the code, right? So it's very far away from what code is, right? So if you want to learn how to do these things in code, it's better to have like a more Scratch-like solution that will then empower to say, okay, would you like to write these things down and learn how they're actually written? So it's a great first step into entering coding than node-based programming. This node thing that's just ridiculous. It's, you can't read it. It's like this massive board of things that you have to go around and look for something, and you can't find anything. It's just ridiculous. There's no way to read the blueprints. It's just stupid. So it's yeah, unless you're very disciplined and all that, even then it's a nightmare. I don't like nodes, so I just didn't do it, because that way it was one of the first options, and I had full systems made for that. But I thought I want a really good system that is Scratch-like, but it's not Scratch. That is looks like code, but it's not code. It just fills things up for you. So you have fields, and you have like just actions that you set up. You can set them up with code very easily, and you have like parameters for them, and it just gives you the options that you need for each one of the slots and the parameters. So yeah, it's basically that. I think it's fairly easy to use, and yeah, it's a great first step into coding as well, right? Because it respects sort of the same framework, the same a similar notation, a similar yeah, it just looks similar to code. So great first step into the coding world, I guess. But yeah. Friend Master 2000 says, but it's like blueprints in it's writing logic using drag and drop. Yeah. It's basically just coding. It's coding without coding. You just write down to search for actions for little blocks, right? So, Prog David says, is this for educational purposes or for users who aren't technical and don't have interest in learning code? Same philosophy makes sense. Yeah. It's the idea is for anyone, right? I mean, technically it could be really good for a developer as well, right? Because in general terms, looks a lot like code. So what I want from this, like the end goal of this, is that it will be fully usable just with the keyboard, so that a dev who's very used to writing code, like just using the keyboard for everything, it would be very simple to use. You just move around, and I still don't have like the selecting, like going down on, with the moving around in the different actions with code, and then just moving, maybe moving with the arrows, like moving to the parameters and press enter, and you go into this, and that's what we like. And so you would never have to like go to the mouse. It'd just be constant flow here on the keyboard, doing, just moving around and going to the next action and finding, adding one and removing one and selecting two and copying them and things like that. I think that would be even a great flow even for a developer. If you have like all your actions set up, maybe you have your own actions, you set them up. Like in this case, like here we have, these are a couple of actions, for instance, right? This is how you set them up. So you could set up your actions in this way, and then you can use them in your code. You see how it's just a little function with some configurations. The configurations take more space than the function itself in many cases, right? But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's just doing things for you, so that maybe if you have people in your team that don't know how to code, it makes it way easier for you to work with them. That's, I think, more or less the I think the philosophy. Yeah. Does it work with code, or is it one or the other? Like, could you make modifications in code later, or is it completely separated? Oh, you could. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to show you now what it brings out. I'm going to keep reading. Vim bindings. Vim bindings. When yeah, that would be cool. Like, kind of. Well, I think much easier than you don't even need the something as complex as Vim. Just arrows moving around is very simple, right? Well, yeah, I think arrow is probably the best one. It's just not to collide with stuff. But yeah, Friend Master 1000. No, TypeScript is the main language you code in. This is a new feature. This feature hasn't been released yet. Yeah, this is just we are previous to releasing this. We're building it here. Making sure everything works, stress testing it to the max. We're making games with it, and we're translating existing games. And the idea is to start building things from the ground up with it. We've just built a few little components and a few little things. And now we're just, if we can translate a full new game, then we can bring it, and say, start making other things, right? Like more complex things. We'll have a full set of actions that we can send for 1.0. We need to do this in the next month. Yeah, basically, and that's the goal. And finish it and send it and ship it, and 1.0 out. that's basically the goal. But let me show you what the this looks interesting for prototyping web XR apps. Yeah, 100%. That'll be fantastic. Yeah. There's a few people doing. If you go into the Discord there, you'll see some people there are actually doing some cool XR stuff. You have Mark Varsno is doing some amazing stuff. He's doing space game, and he has a historical sites, like Roman sites, dig sites, which goes through in all the dig sites in England. It's really good. It's really nice, and you can do that with XRs. Well, with AR. Sorry, with VR. That's mostly what it is. But it's really cool anyway. Yeah. Let me show you what the components look like. So the component we're working on right now, right, like this component here, it just creates a similar component that is well, no, yeah, this is the component itself. This is the component we're translating, right? The component we're creating, which is a translation, it has the same, you see how it generates basically the same fields, right? When we save, it generates the same fields, but it has the data thing that has all the configuration for everything, right? So this is everything we've been writing down, all our blocks, all of our actions, the event, the pointer up event, you see, you know, this is the display action, and, you know, the 2 parameters. So you can see how, you know, it's just, if you want, you can come here and modify things and fix them, you know, but yeah, I guess, yeah, it'll just be more difficult. Yeah, just add more difficulty, you know, if you want playing hard mode. I guess if you wanted to play in, you know, before doing that, I would just come here and just write this down. It's just, you know, just code it. We're doing the opposite now. We're just going from this to you know, to this, you know, and to make sure that we have all that we need, right? To make sure that we have all of our actions. So we're in the start right now. We're just starting. We have we have made a few others already, and yeah, this is the most difficult. This is the largest component, which is the game logic of the game. So we need to do a bunch of things in this one. Yeah, it's a pretty long component, but I think we'll be able to finish it. I think we can make it. I think we can make it. Let's power through. Let's power through and try to build it. Okay. So we have start. So yeah, in the start, what we're doing is we're displaying the start game UI. We're calling the method generate tiles method, like we're doing here. We're using the event, the on pointer up event, and on the restart button, there you go. Oh, sorry, I clicked. Yeah, on the restart button, and then displaying, stop displaying the game over UI and showing the start game UI. So whenever we click the restart button, right, because this is the restart button whenever we, this is the event on the restart button whenever we end the game, right, whenever we die or something. So we're just setting up the button there for the, after we die. So yeah, so here, okay, let's do this thing. So we say on update. Okay, so on update, this is the most important bit of the game, of the component, because this is running every frame. So what we'll do here is, on the update that runs every frame, we'll do is call an if, we'll have an if, and this if will say, we can set this up in, yeah, we have multiple ways to set this up, but the way I like to do it is with an expression. I like using expressions because I think they're way better than anything else. So we are going to use the game state here, and after it, the equals, there you go. And so if game state equals, add after, we'll add a string, and we'll edit it and say if it game state equals game, no, it's just over. Right, we just call it over, and after we'll say, you can do this with actions too, you know, like we have actions different than, not, and you know, these things, but this is much easier to do, I think. Yeah, we have yeah, not, game over UI display. So yeah, we need to say, get, do we have a get displaying? If it's is displaying is, no, we have this defined. We don't have, okay, great opportunity to add a new action here, a new action. Yeah. So we need to see if game over UI is displaying, right? So if we're not displaying the game over UI, I want to do all this. So let's do that. Let's just add that. So we're gonna go to HTML UI, We're going to say HTML UI display. I'm just going to grab this one and say get display. So say if we're displaying or not, right? Or we say but is displaying? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Display state, I guess. Is displaying. We'll just go with that. And this one, and yeah, just one parameter right now. Just the HTML UI thing. And what we'll return is simply, we'll return. No, this. We don't need this one. We'll return. This returns a boolean. So we say, we return that. So we need a returns parameter here. It will be a type boolean, and will be name displaying. That's what it will be. I think that should do it. Is displaying component? Yeah, okay. So we'll add it here now. So we'll say if not, is displaying. There you go. This is our new actions. This is how easy it was to add it. Just added it and it works. And if you're displaying, which one was it? Let's go back to our component. Procedural scroller. There you go. Game over UI. Oh, sorry. We're down here. Yeah. So game over UI. If we're not displaying our game over UI, what we do is, we come in here. We say display. What was it? The in-game UI. Yeah, we want to stop displaying the in-game UI, right? And we want to display the game over UI. Okay, so that's what we do. Display game over UI. So we stop displaying the in-game UI and we show the so if the game is over, right, and we're not showing the game over UI, we want to remove the in-game UI. And we want to say the 0 there, or the score that we have and all that, whatever in-game UI we have, we want to stop displaying that. I want to show the so this is what happens when the game ends, right? So we set in the end game, the end game logic here. So we say we want to display that. And we want to, we're setting the context, we're setting the text content of the score. So final score, let me see, do we have a set? HTML text set. What is the in-game score UI? So it's just it's the final score UI. So it's the final score UI, and it is a number. No, it's just the score, right? It's just the final score, right? No, what is it? I want to set this to just score. Do we have a score here? Didn't add the score. We didn't add the score yet. We just need to add the score field. We need a number score. There you go. So we just set the value to, wait, what is this? Final score UI. Score, here it is. Oh, I'm an idiot. I wasn't seeing it for some reason. All right, there it is. So we save that. Let's keep saving just in case. We have some comments here, I think. Friendmaster saying, what I like about this engine is how similar editor and component API is similar to Unity or Godot, but it's dedicated WebGL engine. It's fully dedicated to Three.js. So it's with the level editor, prefab system, and object lifecycle hooks. So it's basically like yeah, it's just Unity for Three.js. That's what I call it. That's why I like calling it Unity for Three.js. And yeah, I think that's a good tagline. I don't know. Unity for Three.js, I guess. I think it's just predictable. I think it's just what I intended to do when I started doing this. I think, oh, it would be cool to have a Unity-like editor for Three.js. So that's the tagline, right? It's just what I thought would be, right? It's just what I wanted to do. Yeah, so okay, interesting. Okay, interesting. Here we have okay, when the game state is ready, what do we do when the game state is ready? So we're gonna add, yeah, we just, instead of doing another if, we could do another if. Why not? But I'll do another if, because I don't like else ifs, just because I don't like them. So we're just gonna use another if, because I don't like them. So we're just gonna say, in this case, we're gonna use, instead of using expression, we're gonna use an equals. So we use equals, and we're just gonna use, so see, you can do these things with actions. So you say game state to value b, which is will be a string that says ready. So if game state is ready equals ready, what we'll do is we'll have another if in here, right? Which will, oh no, yeah. We need the input space or start touches. So yeah, basically we need the fire, I think. No. I don't think we have an action for this, so we may need to add that action here. Yeah, we may need to add an action for that here. Yeah, or we could actually set up an action ourselves for this. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Like the way we set up the other one. We just set up an action for it, and yeah, because I'm gonna add the I haven't added it yet here, but the input manager, it lets you like set up these actions, right? So in this case, we have the fire button, which is just, you know, click and it'll do something, you know, and we have the jump here. Yeah, it's touch 0 or fire, you know, just click. That would be right. So let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, let's just add the fire now, and we'll create another input and add it here. Okay, so we'll just say if, and it will be get down. How we use get down there? Did we use get down? Oh, we use get down, just to make sure we're using the same one. Get down. We'll say fire, right? So if we just click on the fire one, when we add our new one, we'll just have, you know, a new one to select that. It's just fire something. And what else do we need here? So when we click there, we'll say, so whenever it's ready, it'll just come down here and start like coming here and say, are we hitting fire? 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 When we hit fire, it just comes down here into the if and says, when this means we start the game, right? So we stop displaying the start game UI and the game over UI if it's showing, right? We make sure none of them are showing, right? So this is the start menu and the game over menu. We're just removing them, just making sure we don't not displaying them, right? Yeah, so basically add after display. Yeah, so it's just the start. This would be the start game UI with false. No, this will be false, and it will be the game over UI. There you go. And what else do we do? And we call the start game. Sorry, no, the call method start game. There you go. There you go. Save that. There you go. So here's what we do when the game is game state ready. Okay. And something we're doing here apparently when game state is different than over. Okay. when the game state is different and over, we're moving the tiles and moving the obstacles. Why? You would say, well, why are we moving this when the game is ready, for instance, right? Well, because we're showing that we're using the same game as the game menu, right? Remember that. Well, yeah, this will start playing now. Yeah, we can't. Well, we could. Let's just. I think we can disable it and it'll just work. You see, this is the start menu, right? So it's showing the start menu, and you see how the cars are moving. So we're moving the obstacles, we're moving everything, and when we start playing, right? It'll just instantiate the car and start moving, like restart everything. So, but yeah, that's the basic idea behind it. So that's what we want. That's what we want here. So, okay, so fire, start game UI false, start game. Okay. And yeah, and the other thing we were doing here is game state is different than over. Yeah, so if I think, do we have a different than? I think it's not equals. Do we have a not equals? So okay, we'll use not equals. We'll say game state, and we'll use a string. I will call this over. So when the game state does not equal over, we're going to call the move tiles and move obstacles, which we don't have here yet. So we're just going to create them. We're going to create 1 and 2, and this one's going to be move tiles, and this one's going to be move obstacles. There you go. So now we call move tiles. Call method move tiles and call method move obstacles. There you go. So we have move tiles, move obstacles. We call them both, and we're done with the update. So yeah, we have an update there. It's fine. It has everything we need. Only our methods are not doing anything. So yeah, we need our methods to actually work and do stuff. So that's what we're going to focus on now. Yeah, we don't even have the swap tile one, which is being called the move tiles. So yeah, first things first, let's start with the stuff that we can easily handle. So the first thing that will happen before we start the game is the over, right? We've been here, right? It's not over, it's ready. It will be waiting here to start the game. We will not start the game, but we will definitely want to make the game, the things of the game to move around. That way we can test things without even starting anything. So let's do that first, okay? So we need the generate tiles. The two first functions we need are generate tiles and then the move tiles and move obstacles. So basically the whole tile system, that's the first thing we're going to build. And okay, the generate tiles needs another method apparently here, which is the cleanup. Cleanup scene. This apparently we're just calling it in one place. So I don't know if we need to actually use it in that way, but yeah, let's do that. Let's we're removing the player controller object, and we're cleaning up. We're removing all of the tiles, so we're iterating the tiles and removing them, removing each one of them, like removing the object and then cleaning up, then clearing the array. And we do the same with the obstacles. We go through each one, remove them from the remove them, and then clear the array. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. So yeah, the tricky bit here is that player controller is what we have. And we don't really have a way to get the object 3D from a component, do we? Oh, no, we do have that. Only that player controller. What is player controller? Wait, what is player controller? It's a VC scroll controller. Yeah, so we can do this. Yeah, we can do this. Yeah, we can totally do this. Yeah, I added the action to do this. The exact action that will help us do this is the get field, the VC get field. Yeah, visual component get field. So we have all the options, like from visual components, we have all that we need, all the information, so we can get a field from a visual component very easily. And that's what we're doing here. So let's come down here and let's start building. Let's start with the generate tiles, move tiles. Let's do cleanup. Let's add the cleanup scene. I think this is what I called it. Cleanup scene. Yeah, let's do that. Let's call it cleanup scene. Rename. Let's call it clean up scene. And what we're doing here is let's start with since this is the first thing we're doing in the generate tiles, we're going to start with this one. And what we do is basically we have the player controller, which we don't have here. I don't think I've added the player controller. We have the player prefab. We don't have a player controller, so we'll add player controller. And this will be a VC scroller controller. There you go. And this is just a regular field in it. And and what we do with this is we're going to remove that one, right? So we're going to simply we need to get the object 3D and remove the object 3D from that. So we say remove. So object 3D remove, and we say VC get field, right? So visual component get field, because we're going to get the field from a visual controller, which is a visual component, which is a player controller, right? You see how it's the only one we have available. So it's the only one it shows us. And what do we need? Well, it gives us the different options that we have here. Right, yeah. We need to be able to, I haven't serialized the object 3D from these. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, okay, it's great that we have this now, because this will be a problem in the future. So it would be, VC component, it would be VC, this should be an action. Actually, you should say VC get object, like get container object from something like get object 3D player controller. That should be an action. That should be an action in itself. So let's go to my bricks. Let's create the action for this. I think it should be an action in itself. So let's say my bricks, so that we don't have to like serialize something that is not serialized, right? Because object 3D is a native, is an inner component function. We don't want to serialize that in every component. Otherwise, it'll be a mess. I don't think we need to do that because we can't let you like delete that one or do anything with it. So what we do is, I think we just create an action that lets you get that specific thing, which is internal from the component. And the component, component itself, it's it's not a visual component, right? So we need the actual visual components, the actual component stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for the VC stuff. And yeah, here we have the get field stuff. Oh my god, yeah, these are massive. Yeah, we're just not going to copy much of them. Yeah, we're not going to copy anything of them. We're just going to copy them like this. And we're just going to copy the whole thing like this, but we're not going to do anything like this. We're just going to bring in we just need the first parameter. Yeah, we only want the first parameter. Which is the component, visual component. That's all we need. And we're going to return and object 3D. So it's going to be a very simple return, no inference. This is an infer method, right? We're using there the inference methods. But we don't need it. So here it is, an object 3D. And this will be the visual component. No field here, nothing. All we do here, all we need to do is return vc.object3d. That's all we do, right? So we need to call this vc get object 3d. So get the object 3d from a visual component, right? Get field, get object 3d, right? So yeah, that'll make it very easy for us. Yeah, let's go back. We'll have our little action now there ready for us. First of all, let's come to procedural scroll. Yeah, we have procedural scroll here. Okay, so we come here now, and yeah, here in our little function here now we have instead of get field we use get object 3d from get vc get object 3d from player controller. There you go. So this will give us the object 3D from player controller, and it will remove it. So remove object 3D from player controller. Very simple to see, very simple to visualize, to do. Easy. I think it's easy. Please, if someone thinks this is hard, let me know and tell me why. Cleanup scene. Okay. So we need to iterate through the current tiles and remove each one of the tiles. So the tiles, this is going to be a hard part because I think we may have a problem. Yeah, we may have a problem with the types in this case. So we're going to see what happens. We need a new field here. It's going to be a field of object 3Ds. It's going to call tiles. I don't think we're going to have a problem though. Thinking about it now. Okay, we have an error. But this shouldn't have given us any sort of error. We'll see now what's going on. Yeah. Reading the for each. Oh, I can't believe you. What are you talking about here? What's your problem? Stop bothering me. Come on. Why? What's your problem? Come on. Come on. Let's see what's happening here. Let's just save this and close it down. See what's going on. Oh my god. Yeah, we're building live. We're building this shit live. So, you know, it's bound to have problems, wasn't it? So let's come back here, see what's going on. Let's open this thing and check it out. Okay, see what's happening. Yeah, just gonna, oh my god, no. Just come down here, move there. There you go. Object 3D. What was the name we want to give it? Tiles? No. Tiles. Oh, because we had one called tiles, so it wouldn't let us. Oh, okay, yeah. It had nothing to do with anything. We're just using. We shouldn't have let that happen. We should show something because I thought it was an error. I thought it was a problem, but no, I was just being an idiot. Look at that. That was an old error. It's just me being a stupid idiot. I had the tiles thing on. This is curved tiles. There's no tiles. I should have like some kind of notification there saying, "Hey, you should have something else with the same name." But no, I decided to do it the hardest way. It's stupid, right? It's stupid. So we need another one called obstacles. Sorry, I'll just get distracted there. Let's just bring in another one. Yeah, it's just going to be an array of objects as well. Object 3Ds. As when he called obstacles. There you go. These are not inspected. We don't want to inspect them at all. This is just inspecting them will be a mess, an absolute terrible mess. So we don't inspect this. Yeah, no, don't. Yeah, so these are the two we need to set up now. So what we're going to do is when we clean up the scene, we're going to iterate each one of these, and they're going to give us an object there, they're going to return an object that we can remove. So we'll say iterate. Okay, we have a problem now. Yeah. Apparently. Yeah. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, I knew we could have a problem. I didn't know how big of a problem, or if we would have a problem. Iterate. See. Yeah, there is a problem. There is, yeah. Okay, reading. Okay, but it's in the brick. Okay, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's in the brick itself. Okay, let's see. It's a problem with the typing. Yeah, it's a problem with the typing. So, like I said, I changed the typing stuff, and now we're having problems with it. So let's see what's going on. Let's try to fix it very easily. So iterate. Problem in value there. I can't read the value from param 0 apparently. Oh, because there's no param 0. Okay, yeah, okay. But why is it doing that when we don't have any param there? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll come to my brick. I think that's the problem, is that there's nothing in param 0, so we should return something like first. Foremost, so let's do iterate. Let's go for the iterate. Let's look for it. Yeah, I have a problem here, so we'll do this is the inference, right? This is the actual inference. So what we'll say is that we'll just do this. Yeah, we'll just do this. I think with that will be enough. But yeah, let's just see what happens. And yeah. There you go. You can see both the iterates that we've added. There you go. It was just having problems showing them. And we have a problem. There you go. Yeah. I think, well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's just this parameter here. Bit of an issue there. Let's see what happens. We may have a problem with it. I think it's tiles. Curve tiles. Yeah, tiles. It has a problem showing them. You see what I mean? Like the variables. Like the value here. Because it's because it's the value type of the field or any, right? But we don't know what the value type looks like. So let's go, like I said, this is the part that I changed. So we may have a problem with this. And I was right. Okay, it's just the way, I think it's just the way it's displaying it. I think it's just the display. It's nothing else. But yeah, let's look at it. Let's just look at it more closely. And see what's going on. So we're inferring the type here. And then in the this is the block. Oh, because these are the block params. Okay, so these are the block parameters. So if we find nothing, if we find no field in the first one, like in the first one, using param 0, if we don't find any fields, it just returns. Why is it doing this? Is this the block params? What is this doing? Yeah, this is not right. Yeah, that's the problem. This is not correct. Yeah, we have a problem with iterate apparently. Let's see if it's just display issue or if it's a display issue, or if we're having problems with the with this thing. Let's just check it out, okay? Because we may just not have any issues. So let's just do remove. It may just be a display problem. No, it's not just a display problem, no, because otherwise this should be an object 3D, like the tile. No, current tiles. Okay, current tiles. Let's see. No, it's not a display issue. Remove. Let's just add it again, just to make sure. Yeah. Remove. No, it's not a display issue then. No. Okay, we're having problems there. So for now, let's do this, okay? Let's just save this for a second, and we'll come here. And for now, we're just going to return. Type any, okay? And that's going to be it, right? Oh wait, what's your problem? Having problems there. Yeah, we're having problems with the type system there. Something's wrong. So okay, we'll just do this, and come back here, and yeah, let's fix this. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay, we have another problem then. What's going on here? This should have totally fixed it. We should see this one here. Let's see. Okay, let's add it again. It's right. Current tiles. No, it's just not cooperating, is it? We have no errors, nothing. We're seeing the same stuff, are we? No. Just come down here and see what's going on, okay? Yeah. Let's go come here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Go to tiles. Come on. Oh, it's not doing anything when we come here. Come on. Well, what do you mean it's not doing that? Remove. Come on, mate. Why is it not adding it? Remove. Just keep it there, mate. Just open it again. What do you mean it's not coming in there into the Okay, we don't even have the thing to Oh, there you go. Are we in the iterate thing? Okay. Okay. Any there, okay. Where are we going? Get block params, okay, there. We have an object 3D. Object 3D, any. Yeah, of any of these includes any. Right, so we should be. We should have totally going in there. Oh, both of them include any. It should just be the two of them include any. Okay. Made a mistake there, apparently. Looks like it. I don't know. I don't know. Should have just worked there. Should have just done the thing. Okay. Fucking hell. Yeah. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what the field says. Shows an array. Current tiles. There you go. So it comes here and looks at the parameter itself. And it takes the value of the parameter. Okay, so grabs the parameter of the parameter. Yeah, okay. So we're grabbing the value type. That's what we were doing. We were grabbing the value type. So this was okay. This was good, what we had. What we had was okay. For some reason, it just doesn't like it. Apparently, oh, maybe it changed what I did there. Yeah, because this should have been working just fine. Now, when we keep moving, we return this and yeah. What is it doing? It's saying that type any. Oh, because I never changed the I never changed this the way we display the type. I never changed the way we display the type with this. All right, with the vlog parameters. Shit, fucking hell. Yeah, that's a problem in it. So yeah, let's just remove that. Okay, yeah, I see what's going on here. Yeah, okay, so I changed. Yeah. So this is the problem. For now, just for now, we're just gonna have to this was the problem. We're just gonna need to return it like this. Yeah, this is not the way we should return it. This is a problem. This is very problematic. We shouldn't do this at all. But let's use it this way for now, so we can keep going. But I'm going to have to fix that. Yeah, you see now we can see the object 3D there. We have the value here. Yeah, but I changed the way that the parameters do inference, but I never changed it on the block parameters. So we have a problem there where the block parameters have a different sort of type notation, where in this case it only takes the type, like the string type, whilst for every parameter I had done it as a type value type. So you have to always send an object, and that's why we were seeing this issue. Yeah, when I changed this, like I said, I was doing a whole revamp of the whole system there, or type system, and I forgot to change it for the block parameters. Yeah, a bit of an issue there. Just a second, let me check, make sure everything's okay. Yeah, so everything's good. Yeah. So, okay. Let's go with this. So we have iterate current tiles, and now we remove the current tile. So this is just the value, the object 3D. We're iterating the index and the value. So just going through each tile and removing each one of them. And we're going to do the same with the, which one is it? The iterate. Yeah, we're going to add after. What are we doing here? Come on. Add after, iterate. Yeah, there you go. Just writing it wrong. Obstacles, and we're going to remove the obstacles. So we're going to remove object 3D, remove, and we're going to remove value here, right? So you see how each one has an ID, so you see which one you're actually talking about, so you don't get confused. There you go. And we're going to clear the arrays. So how do we clear the arrays? I think it's a clear. There you go, array clear. I have an array clear. Yeah, we need another array clear. So you have 2 array clears. We're going to clear the current tiles, and we're going to clear the obstacles, and there you go. So yeah, this is the cleanup scene thing. Oh my god. So we had some issues. We counted some problems. We powered through. We couldn't finish this. Yeah, we have like 5 minutes left at most. So, yeah, we're gonna try and finish this thing. Oh, whenever I save, it doesn't save the state of the I close that and it opens. So this is something else I have to fix. Like say keeping the state of the folders here, so that whenever you save, whenever they are regenerated, it says, okay, this was opened, this was closed, right? So you say, well, I save here, it closes down. You see? So yeah, okay. That's something to keep in mind. We know the generate tiles. We need to call method. The first thing we do, call method, and we call the cleanup tiles. So whenever we start generating tiles, we first clean them all up, and that's what we're doing there, right? So we go to procedural scroller and see what we're doing here with the generate tiles. We're cleaning up tiles. Then we are setting the speed, the current tile speed to the tile speed. Okay, so we have a current tile speed apparently because we can modify it. So we don't want the base value to be modified, right? We don't want the value that we're setting from outside to be modified. We want that to be our base constant value. So what we're doing is simply setting a new, like an actual variable to change. So we're using an extra field there, which is a current tile speed, I guess. How did I call it? Current tile speed? I guess that's how I called it. Current tile speed. Did I call it? Okay, so we do current tile speed. Call that current tile. No. Number. And this is current tile speed. There you go. And we're going to say current tile speed is going to be, yeah, so we're cleaning everything up and we're saying that tile speed equals current tile speed equals tile speed, right? So we come here and we say set field. It will be current tile speed. We're going to set it to tile speed. It's the values. So we're going to set current tile speed to the value of tile speed. This is the value that we're inspecting and we're setting from outside, right? So this value, tile speed, right? And we can set it out here without it modifying, right? So we change current tile speed with a booster or something because we'll be multiplying that value. We don't want it to be something different. You know, if we have a booster, we're changing the speed on the go. We want to have the base value, the base speed here. This is the tile speed, the base tile speed, 22. Then we can add the booster. We can do everything we want when we have a base tile speed. And we can always base ourselves from there. And yeah, and then we are iterating the tile amount. Okay, so we're repeating. We have a repeat that we can use for this. Repeating for tile amounts, yeah. And we can instantiate each one of the tiles in the tile prefab thing. The amount of tiles that we want. Yeah, there you go. That's good. Yeah. And then we do tile start at. And tile 0. Oh, because this is the only one we have. Okay, yeah. We have just one tile actually. So yeah, we could just say tile. We just have a tile. Instead of having tiles, we have just a tile and use that. But yeah. I don't know why we decided we wanted multiple tiles. Because in this case, just instantiating the first one. We actually need more tiles. Tile start plus. Yeah, we can do this as well. Yeah, but we need to go now. So yeah, we need to go now. Okay. We're gonna come back later. I think, yeah, we don't have too many people anyway right now. We have like nobody here. So, oh no, we have a few people. Yeah, okay. I need to go, mate. So we're going to come back here on Thursday. Okay, I'm going to make sure we solve all the problems and everything. I'm going to go back to the drawing board there about the typing, make sure that everything's working, mostly with the repeat and the iterate. But we're going to need the repeat now. I'm going to need to go through it. So, yeah, it's important to make sure that everything works. I'll make sure that works. And mostly the types. I'm worried about the types because in this case, like we needed the types, a very basic types, just an object 3D, and it wasn't working because of the type notation. So I'm gonna fix the type notation for Thursday. We're going to come back. We're going to fix everything. We're going to make everything work, and we're going to have a lot of fun finishing this thing, which we are absolutely going to finish, I'm sure. Next Thursday, please let me finish this next Thursday. I just want to finish this. We just had a bunch of issues, a bunch of things. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who joined. Thank you so much to everyone who chatted here. The people who chat and people who write in the chat, you're absolute legends. Thank you so much for chatting there, for saying things, because whenever you talk in the chat, it helps me a lot. So thank you so much. And yeah, we're gonna come back. Next time. The idea would be to at least turn this on and be able to, start playing the game. Maybe finish it. I don't know. Maybe we should be able to finish it and just be over with it. I don't know. But it just at least work completely without code. We should at least be able to play the game, right? Just be able to say, start the game, we start playing, maybe a couple of things don't work and we can finish up the details later on. Maybe do the changing lanes, how the green cars, they change lanes, right? So maybe you see how they change the lanes. We can do that part. We can do the no code of that later. But at least having the whole, all the base features of the game, translating them into no code. That way we have a base thing to start working from and say, okay, let's now build a whole new game, a whole new thing from the ground up using no code. And I think that would be really fun, right? Just to actually have like a full-on experience of building something completely new, making, knowing for sure that, we have most of the things that we need. And what I want is, whenever I sit down to build a game, like just fully with a no-code system, like I say, okay, we're just going to build with this. I want to actually time it, right? Say, okay, we're building something. How much does it actually take? How hard it really is? How much is it actually missing? How much do we actually had to code to make the stuff that we actually needed? And the idea is that all those secondary parts to be minimal. We need more of the just sitting down and adding actions and making things work, right? That's the idea. And we need our little actions and things to to do their thing. And and more of the fun stuff of building, less of the stuff of having to fix things, which is why I feel like we're doing so much in these live streams many times. So for the next one, hopefully I'll have most of the stuff fixed and we'll be able to move forward and the whole sitting, finish the whole thing. If I can get some things out of the way in the next couple of days, I may just do that, just move forward, because I don't want to bore you with just building all of this. I don't have much feedback from people telling me what they want, so I just do whatever I need to do. I just sit down here and work on whatever I need to be working on. That's what I do. And but maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't want to see me working on this anymore. I don't know, maybe you want to see me working on other cool stuff, on other cool projects with no code. So I may just finish this thing and keep on going. The idea is to turn this same system into a space shooter, like a sort of the same scroller system, bring in spaceships and shoot them and all that. So build a separate game with the same system. That would be what I would like to do next, to see how extendable it is. And then you really sit down and say, okay, let's build something, let's build this little shooter thing, or something like that. But yeah, okay. That was it for today. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks everyone who joined, everyone who chatted, Friendmaster 2000, productivity. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you Thursday, 7 p.m. GMT as always. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye. Discord. Join the Discord there and say hello. Tag me because I'm usually I'm everywhere. I'm just focused on building this thing and finishing right now. I'm very absent from the Discord. I'm very sorry to everyone. I'm really doing my best to finish this, so I'm full focus mode, and going on walks every day to sort of just clear my mind and just go full on code mode and just get in the zone and code and be crazy. But yeah, join the Discord there. Try cheer me up there. Just tag me there and tell me what you want to build or something. That really boosts my mood up. So hey, thank you so much for joining. See you next time. Bye bye.